In this last video on joins, let's tackle the most difficult one, which is considered to be the most difficult one, and also the one that is rarely needed, full outer join. I mean, as we have already seen left and right, full means bring them all, both left and right and don't drop anything. Yeah. So I want the whole world, right? So how does this work and what are the scenarios where it could be useful? Many a times, I mean, the only time I remember using full outer join is when we have data quality issues and we want to bring them together for reporting purposes. For real world needs, we actually have to get rid of the problem and solve this. So here is a data quality issue that I have seen sometimes. So here, look at the right hand side. So the billing is actually spelled wrongly in the master. In many companies, masters are maintained by hand in Excel, and wrong spellings, typos are very common, right? So here is a scenario where a full outer join could be helpful to actually bring this in without dropping anything on the left hand side. So why couldn't we use right join only? Why did we even have to invent this concept called full outer join? I want you to pause the video now and think about why. What will you lose if you choose right join? If you really understood this, you would be able to answer this. Yeah, so let's first basically go through this to answer these questions. How many rows will you get with the default, which is the inner join, right? So as we said, inner join is going to look for each of the departments and then try to find a match on the right hand side. So it's going to take billing, right? So let's understand how many rows are there in the billing. So let's do a quick Tableau reporting on this employee master. So let's bring department here. So this is four billing departments, right? So four departments are there. This is just plain simple employee master without any join. So we have four employee masters. Sorry, four employees within the billing department. So when you do inner, how many will you get? All these four will get dropped because inner means keep only the ones that is matching. So instead of 20 rows, we'll get 16 rows. Let's verify this in Tableau. So let's go back here to our view. Let's bring this department with issue 3, which is basically this wrong spelling one, billing one. Yeah. And then now, as we can see, we get 16 rows, and you could see here in the department. So you cannot see billing. Yeah. So billing is so that's right. So now let's look at the second case. If we do left join, how many records will we get? Right. So left means keep everything here. So that means we will get all the 20 records, right? So we are not going to drop the wrong spelling ones. So let's select that and see what happens. So as you can see, the wrong spelling ones, these ones, they are not finding a match. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 at the bottom. 4 records are coming in with the original thing, but right hand side is not filled up. This is not what this is most of the times what we want. We do not want to drop things, right? As I said, if a left outer is the default. So when we do right, how many records do you get, right? So here is the key question. So just pause the video, think about the answer, and then let resume here. So if I do this, I get 17. How did we get 17? 17 because if you do this inner join, you get 16, right? And then right just adds at the bottom of the inner join only what came from the right. So if you go here, the top, if you focus here, on the top you don't get any of the billing thing, and the bottom, this misspelled, wrongly spelled department head thing is added here. So that gives us 17 rows. I mean, this is not what we want in our case, right? So we want to retain always all the employees. That's why a full outer join is helpful. A full outer join helps us to do our work and also to understand the basis of the data quality issue that has come about here, right? So that's why a fuller outer join is useful. So let's go here, since we are doing this department based thing, right? So let's start off from scratch. So I'm gonna do a number of records here, and then if you do department only, you will see this null, right? This is the department that belongs to the employee master, right? So let's take this one, which is coming from the other master, the right hand side master. That gives us this problem. And if you click here and click on view data, that gives us basically which field this, where this is happening. This basically tells us this Catherine Morrison has the billing issue, but it does not really tell us where this employee, I mean which employee really belongs to this department, because there is no employee who belongs to this department. Whereas in this case, billing department has 4 employees where there is no match on the right hand side, right? So if you go here and see view data, you would see the correct ones. Now we see all the employees and what is the department they belong to, it is here. But then we did not find a match on the right hand side. So this view data is helpful to get to know the details. Yeah. So that's all. We have covered all the join types. So let me, so you should have been able to understand the answers for this. Inner is 16, left is 20, right is 17, and full outer is 21. And there is a valid use case for each one of them. And I hope you are able to basically take these ideas and use it in projects, especially the full outer join, to deal with data quality issues and to get to the root of the problem like I have done here.